Hi, I'm Katie with Modern Textiles, and today I'm going to teach you how to choose the right pantograph for your quilt. Alright, so I have a giant stack of quilts here. Most of these I don't think I've shown you before, but if I have, they might be free patterns that are available for you in my shop. Otherwise, most of these are my own quilt pattern designs that you can grab in my shop as well. When I'm going through these, I'll be making sure to tell you the quilt panto name, the designer, as well as quilt pattern name so you can grab it for yourself. So the first quilt I want to show you is going to be my beach quilt pattern, and it's going to be made of quarter square triangles along with some snowballed edges, snowballed blocks, and then we've got some fun little borders because it looks kind of like a beach towel, right? Alright, so this quilt has been well loved before. Taking into account that the design incorporates more triangles and snowballs than anything, I wanted to lean into that a little bit with this lovely hot cross buns pantograph designed by Longarm League, Jess Ziegler. It's got fun, just square repeating, which kind of emphasizes the geometric design, as well as a little bit of that rounding and then that star shape at the center. That was kind of my goal, was to emphasize the geometric design, as well as I have this fun quilting cotton, I believe it's from Joann's, rest in peace. And I thought it was fun to tie into kind of this sushi design in the back. So this is one of those designs where there's a lot of negative space. You could go with whatever you wanted to do for the quilting design, but for me personally, I wanted to emphasize the geometric shapes and lean into that a little bit stronger. Alright, and with the scalability, I brought this down to about maybe 3 inches for the square, and I think it turned out lovely. It gives a lot of texture without detracting from the quilt pattern itself, this is the cover quilt for me, which was kind of my goal, was add texture without taking away from the design and really emphasizing that geometric design. Alright, the next one that I have up on the block here is my veggie quilt pattern. So I made this super scrappy. Everything is a scrap from my scrap bins, which really didn't put a dent into them, which is unfortunate. But I played into the organic feel of all the scrappiness, as well as just the fact that it's a veggie quilt pattern. So leaning into that springtime feel of, maybe springtime, summer, harvest time, where things are still in bloom. You got new flowers coming out into the garden. You still have all that greenery out in the world. So with that, I had decided to go with Bloomlit, which is also a Longarm League digital pantograph. I get it for free as a part of my membership with the Longarm League, as well as you can get similar pantographs in Jess's shop, or if you join her Panto of the Month club, you can get those as well. But I really love the organic feel. This is so many different patterns of fabric in here that I wanted to keep it simple. So this nice swirling, swooping loops design, as well as with these little clovers, or sometimes I even see that they could look like butterflies. So leaning into that, this is a outdoorsy veggie quilt pattern out in your garden. You're gonna see a lot of florals, some loop swoops, and then just those little, clovers out in the garden itself. So leaning in, having your fabrics tell you what is going to be a good design for the quilt. And then if you want to take a look at the backing, I have these fun little strawberries and lilac. So once again, this is the veggie quilt pattern from my shop, as well as Bloomlit, which is by Longarm League. So this is the second version. I guess I didn't really recap. The first beach quilt with that geometric style, I'm using that to emphasize my piecing the design of the quilt pattern. For this quilt, I decided to go with letting the fabrics tell me what should be a good pattern for this quilt. So it's organic in itself with all the scraps. It's an outdoorsy quilt because of the garden nature, and then also just having it be a little bit more leaning towards that organic nature feel with the loops, the swoops, and as well as just having those bloomlets or just the little buds of the start of something in the quilting design itself. Alright, so next I have my pipeline pattern. This is just the wall hanging version of this design, and you can see I went way out of the box for this. So it has a lot of negative space in this design itself, and I wanted to lean into that and really have a lot of texture and a lot of different designs going on in the negative space. So with this design, I went with Fun Flowers, which is by Dastardly Line Studio. And with the design of this quilt, I was leaning into, I used to work in construction and industrial settings. And so a lot of the time when I'm working at heights, I would see loads of pipes running along different sites. And it just reminded me of the bird's eye view of a pipeline system and infrastructure running at different settings that I used to work on. So with that, I decided to lean into one, not only having all this negative space, but because this is in reference from my personal experience of being out in nature and seeing kind of the beauty of natural living things growing amongst man-made items. And so I decided to combine those two, use Fun Flowers by Dastardly Line Studio, combine it with my pipeline quilt pattern, and I think it is super fun, very off the wall, super geometric with a lot of organic shapes, especially all of the foliage. You got your flowers, just a ton of movement, but using that white thread to blend in with the white background really makes it kind of be a subtle shine through of the quilt pattern. All right, so that is just another way. I know I'm going through a lot of different ways of really picking the right pantograph, but really taking into the entire account of what this quilt serves, from the quilt pattern design to the fabrics incorporated to the style and the fabrics that you're using. This one, using that negative space is kind of a playful playground, is a great spot. Here is a free tutorial that you've seen maybe earlier on a previous video. This is the confetti quilt pattern, which is free. It's a charm pack quilt pattern. And as you can see, the fabrics itself are very edgy, very modern, dark colors, monochromatic. So this is where I played a little bit with the thread here. So this is a design where I used fabrics that are a bit edgier. We're using all those monochromatics, but this is a fun time where you can go ahead and use a fun thread color. So I went with a neon green. This is my drip panto, which I think really incorporates that kind of very modern, monochromatic, but also kind of edgier style. And it's to bring in a little bit more of an organic feel, as well as not only organic, but it's to mimic the look of paint drips. So leaning into the edgier side, both with the pantograph as well as with the fabrics, but then playing with that pop of color of having neon green into the mix is what kind of really livens this quilt up. All right, I have another Modern Textiles original for you. This is my Coast League quilt pattern. Very simple, very geometric, fun. I call this my 90s version with the pastels, the black and the white. I don't know why. It gives me kind of like that food court vibe from the 90s. And I went with something that just gives texture and kind of emphasizes the quilt pattern, but also just keeping it organic. So this is so geometric that I really wanted to give a quilting design that was going to break up those harsh lines. So with this quilt having more of a softer color palette, I envision this being used more in maybe a teenager or a women's room, a girl's room, just because of that softer side of it, and to lean into that placement of where I see this being used in a house or in a home. I decided to go with the rosemary design, which is a bit more softer. It's a beautifully stitched out, traced out version of what dried rosemary would look like if it was laid out. And it just gives a lovely texture to the quilt without overriding the design, but also just leaning into the overall aesthetic of the quilt color combo, as well as where visually you see this being who's getting gifted to or where it's being used in the home. All right, so that just gives you another perspective of how to look into quilts and really where are you going to see these being used. Maybe even ask if you're quilting for a client or if you're quilting for yourself, where am I going to use this? Is this going to be in my teenage daughter's room? Is this going to be out on a couch? Think of where the quilt's going to be used, who's going to be using it the most, and really what's the overall style you want to put forth with the entire quilt itself. All right, and last but not least, this is also a free tutorial. available down in the description. I'll link all of these patterns, tutorials down in the description, as long as the pantographs that I have used on them. But this one is just going to be a classic patchwork quilt. I have this written as a collection throw so you can know how to use it with fat quarters. So you can use it with scraps, fat quarters, whatever you may have. And with this quilt, it's such just a solid, classic, timeless quilt, both in the fabrics as well as the design, right? Just a square patchwork, very simple. And with this being such a classic, just patchwork quilt that anyone can make on, an afternoon, a weekend, I decided to stick with a modernly tuned classic style design. So this is the mini City of Fountains design from Julie Hurt. She has a fabulous selection. I'd say any of the designers I've showcased today have a fabulous selection of modern quilt pantographs that maybe be tweaked on classics that we use all the time, or even just totally new, coming from a different light of artistic design. So classic patchwork paired with just a modern flair on a classic Baptist fan for the mini City of Fountains. And I think this quilt is just going to be used forever, never goes out of style. We've got the Bella Basics from Moda, and yeah, you really just can't go wrong with pairing 2 classics together, 3 classics together. It's going to look effortless and easy and timeless in your home, no matter where you place it. I hope you enjoyed all the tips I taught you on how to take into account your fabric selection, which gives you input on what type of design to lean into, as well as maybe basing the quilting pantograph on the type of patchwork that is in the quilt top itself, in the design itself. Going with that, what's another thing that you could look into is really, where is this quilt going to live in your life and in your home, and how can you make sure you better emphasize that style that you're trying to promote in your own home with the quilting design on top of the quilt itself. And in the next video, I'm going to give you a studio walkthrough.